Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Welcome to Astro Vedic Soul by Shruti Khanna. Today I'll be discussing something rather important. Everyone should read it and make sense of it. So, a few years back, in about 2015, I had started with MA Psychology from IGNU, which unfortunately I could not complete. But it gave me some tremendous life lessons. In about another 6 months, I wrote a basic book on psychology, which is available on Amazon Kindle as well. I'm sharing the chapter's name so that you get a gist of it. From Psych to Psychology, Layman's Guide to Psychology and its various misconceptions by Shruti Khanna. So the first chapter was what is psychology and fields of psychology. Most of us know that there is psychology, there is a subject called psychology, but most people are unaware of its fields and the type of psychologists there are. Okay, let's move to the second chapter. Next is who is a psychiatrist. See, most of the people know that we have to, when we have some mental health issue, we have to go to a psychiatrist. But most people don't know that a psychiatrist doesn't prescribe therapies, he only prescribes medicines. Okay, so next, jump to the next chapter, that is who is a psychologist. So you all must be knowing there is a counseling psychologist, there is a clinical psychologist. These are the basic which many of you have listened to. But there is an organizational psychologist also who works for people who are in the field of corporate. Okay, so let's jump into the next chapter. What are the various mental health disorders? I think a person should read this alone in a silent room all by himself to understand what are the various intricacies involved in various mental health disorders. Next chapter, what is depression and anxiety in mental health terms? There are many people these days who say, oh, I'm in depression, I'm feeling very bad, I'm feeling very low. But depression, sadness and having a low attitude and low behavior is different. But having deep acute depression and anxiety disorders are also there these days, so you should read about this more. Next chapter is mental health disorders, examples of real life cases. You'll be very surprised by reading these examples. Even I was when I heard about them. There are people who don't know what is going on in their own life, and they consult all kind of various babas, sadhus and all kinds of various tantric stuff to get rid of these things. But it's better to consult a psychiatrist and then a psychologist who will take the matter into hands. So next is whom to go to when you are feeling something is wrong. So this tells about whenever you feel something is not sad, happy, wrong, but the acute sadness happening with you, something which you can't helpless, you can't take care of, then you should go to a psychiatrist basically, then go to a psychologist for counseling and so on. Mental health, a big taboo in India, that's the next chapter. So mental health has always been a big taboo, because when someone says अरे ये तो पागल है, so why should you call someone a pagal? A person having a physical ailment in the body, in heart, or be it the lungs, be it the kidney, be it the being having a fracture is not called a pagal in the shoulders or pagal in the heart, but people having mental health issues are called pagal and are prescribed or called psychos or whatever. But the need to understanding of the fact is mental health is equal to physical illness only to an extent when the medicine is involved. Apart from that, it is same. Physical and mental health illness Illness and mental health illness both should be given equal importance, because when a person is mentally ill, not only he is taking care of his mind without medicines, if he is not on been to a psychiatrist or psychologist, he is taking care well of his body as well. So mental health is a very big issue to tackle or to talk about on in one day, but I would have just talked about the few things here, like how some people are called psychos. It's just basic. The one basic thing I would like everyone to know is mental health is basically equal to physical health. Physical health is being having an issue in your organ, in one organ, or in your nerve, in your blood, in your nerves, in your muscles, or somewhere in your physical body. But mental health is basically, see, if you know, there are four chemicals to strengthen your happiness. There are serotonin, endorphins, oxytocin, and dopamine. So these things are important, but people having mental health issues have a different kind of brain, and they don't have these basic happy chemicals in their brain. So which is which is very difficult for a mentally health patient to tackle with. And first of all, mental illness or mental health is basically disbalance of chemical reactions. As I said, there are no happy hormones in their brain. There are chemical reactions which are going on, which are in a very bad state. This is all I want to say. Let's jump into the next chapter. Inputs of people facing various challenges who are having psychological health issues in India. So I talked with many people. In fact, some of my friends who had done internship in this course, I heard stories from them, and they gave me real life examples of people having issues and how they are tackling it and how they are going about it in their everyday life. So that all I have discussed here. Last but not the least, meager amount of budget for mental health in India and the dire need of more mental health professionals. See, I had written the book in 2015. Since then, there have been many people who have joined the mental health profession, but still, I say that there is a dire need of empathetic psychologists and psychiatrists. I want to emphasize the word again, empathetic psychologists and psychiatrists, who just don't listen to you but also hear you, or not just hear you but also listen to you. I mean, they listen you in the most compassionate manner and don't take it as a business. So these are all the chapters. After reading the chapters, you might be interested in reading it. Please go for it, as it's free for Kindle subscribers. I am putting it publicly as though I had put a price on the book, but the sheer joy of I have for distributing it for free is immense. People going through traumatic times, it might be a ray of hope for them. So please share with one and all, from psych to psychology, layman's guide to psychology and its various misconceptions. I will be taking your leave now. Hope you enjoy reading my book. Om Namah Shivaya.